Hey guys, welcome back. It's grimreaper coming at you for another video for Raidshadowlegends. Hopefully you're doing well, and hopefully you're looking after yourselves. It's getting very spicy in Raidshadowlegends. We've just had some big news drop to all the content creators and to you guys as well once this video goes live. I don't normally make these type of videos, but I did want to give you guys my personal thoughts on this because it's kind of a big upgrade, and I'm also going to give you some feedback that I've seen in other CC's videos that I've also checked out, because I've been playing this game a very long time. I know there's always more that meets to the eye, and I really want to give you guys some clear information to this. I'm mostly only a tier 2, so I can't have access to some of the stuff that tier 3s have. So I had to go and dig and look for the juicy stuff for today's video. So I was going to drop a Chimera video today, but that's just going to be delayed probably for another 2 or 3 days now. So, you know, if you're interested in that, make sure you keep an eye on the channel. Just found my bank card in my pocket for some reason. And yeah, let's get into it then. Right, so we are going to take a look at all of the stuff that's going on, and we're also going to have a look at all of the new live arena relics. Now, I've been waiting for this, and damn, this is why I've made the video, because I wanted to give my personal thought to all this. So yeah, I'm going to give the positives and the negatives. You might not be able to hear the background because of how I've split my audio because of copyright and stuff like that. I've had trouble with these type. I've had these type of problems before, so let me put on there. Right. So we all will get our 6-foot year anniversary video, which is pretty nice to see. Unfortunately, it won't be accurate. It never is. It hasn't been for the past since I've done it for 3 or 4 years. So I'll skip this bit. We don't care about this bit. It's a bit we don't care about. I don't care about how it looks. A lot of people said he was high elves. I'll be honest, the minute I looked at him, I knew he was undead. I mean, it doesn't take a genius to work it out. So you can see he's got extra turn mechanics in his kit. Now, we don't know any information about the fusion yet, so we can see that he has a extra turn mechanics in his kit. What else does he have? Let's go back. Okay. Let's see. Oh, he has got petrification in his kit. Interesting. So it looks like when he's... Looks like he's got like a certain percentage to land petrification and true fear, maybe? Potentially. Huh. He has a lockout mechanics. Interesting. So it is a cooldown here, but you can see he can weak it. So he's getting something duration. Huh. So what, he has a lockout and something that's been put on duration. You can kind of see it in the word in there. He's weak hit there, so you can see that there's a weak hit there. So it looks like he's a nuker or something like that with a lockout, maybe some similar to Alice, right? Could be interesting for sure. Yeah, he's also Spirit Affinity, which is a problem because like champions like Armads and stuff, he can weak it on. Okay, we'll see. And you can see there, it was just about to take another turn, so he must have some type of condition extra turn, I guess, because he's just done like a lockout there. He did a lockout there, and then yeah, he gets extra turn. Huh. Interesting. March the 10th, fusion starts in 6 days in. Oh, let me go back to the boss for a second. Oh, okay. Player one, please make sure it's better than 50 bloody energy, please, because like honestly, you're just kicking us in the nuts. It's not a good feeling when they do this. I don't really care about puzzles. I like free stuff, like you guys. Obviously, I'm not really into puzzles that much. Yes, Arena. Let's talk. Okay. Finally. Now, you guys know that I play Arena on multiple accounts. So right now I drive 4 accounts. And I've took pretty much all them counts from silver all the way through. And there is a lot of overpowered accounts in silver. And there is a lot of overpowered accounts in lower tiers of gold, which are causing like a problem for people who actually do enjoy P versus P, which is, you know, not just big spenders enjoy P versus P. There is a lot of people out there that enjoy P versus P, but they just can't progress, right? Because they're just hitting against a wall of non-stop mythicals and etc. And it's not nice. And it's not a way that it should be. So I'm in big favor of this, that they're gonna cap it out. I've already watched this video, so um so yeah, they're gonna do it to 7 points, so you're gonna get to gold much faster, and then they're gonna just increase it to do this. So yeah, it's pretty nice. So oh, so you're gonna have general and then you're gonna have season. So there's 2 types of leaderboard. Interesting. Stupid. Stupid. Avatar, yes, I like it. I think that the way that it should have done this personally is gone 1, 10, 100, 500, and then probably 1,000, and then even 2,000, and then 2,500. Then I think it is a good condition, because people who actually do care about arena, like for example my account's not that powerful compared to most accounts in Gold 4. Like I'm missing like a ton of things, right? And I don't spend a lot of money as well. So yeah, I do spend money. That does obviously help, but it's very, very low. You can see here by finishing in first, second, and third. I might be able to get top 100 on like Edwin's account, for example, because his account's pretty insane, or BM's account when he gets to gold 4. I do like the competition aspect to this, and I think that having a competitive edge to this is pretty cool. It's nice to see that they're going to reset the leaderboards as well, because like there's just such a massive point difference. Like unless you spend like a ton of gems and live in arena, you can't really get up there. So it'll be kind of interesting to see. There is also people in the top 100 that don't even take part in live arena on a daily basis now, right? Because they got all the stuff they need, and they did it for flex, which is fair enough. You know, you do what you do, and then you know you get your stuff. So yeah, it's a really cool thing to do, but they need to do this for more, not just the top 100. So that's one thing that I think that they should do. Because I'll be honest, I think top 500 is a very good achievement in this game, and I don't feel like you should be kicked in the nuts because you've not got the rewards that you should, or you haven't got like something to kind of flex at. And you should be quite happy, like if you finish at top 500 or you know top 1,000. I think you should be able to flex that in live P versus P, which is a lot harder than normal P versus P. So you know, player, I'm trying to change up a little bit. Maybe it will in the future. So this is relic material. So if you finish number 1, you're gonna be guaranteed a chance to summon a mythical relic, which could be one from the live arena, or it could be one from the other group that's already available. So we know that this one will be like 50%. but we don't know what if it will include any others like the event ones did. It's a shame they didn't put like a ranking on your profile as well, like your best rank, for example. So yeah, but we'll also get to the downside of this in a second. Hmm. I can't see. I'm hoping that this is crafting materials as well. I don't think it is. I think it's just gear set. I would have liked this to be like a mix of gear, but also crafting materials. Because like once you got to like mile 8, you've got all your crafting materials, and then it's like, okay, then there's no way for me to farm anymore. So it's an interesting one. I would be interested to see how the points will break down for this. 175. I'm hoping that's just going to be like 5 wins as well, which could kind of be cool. We'll talk about the gear sets in a second because this could be an interesting one. Some energy in there as well. It's okay. Right, so I don't have the numbers for this, but you can easily go get the numbers for this. I think this could be a interesting one. It's definitely going to shake up the meta somehow. Now, I think this ignores 20% target defense for a 6-piece set, which is good. You know, like you can use this in PvC content like Hydra and all other stuff really, like Hydra, Chimera. Like if you're really struggling in getting ignored defense gear and you get lucky, and like, or if you don't have like ignored defense gear and you can't put this on like one of your best ones, then one of your best nukers, then I feel like this could be kind of interesting. Another thing as well is this. I think it does 100% extra to Stone Skin. I don't feel like that's gonna be enough damage from playtesting, like champions like Tronda and the Force Affinity champion that just released with the last fusion. I don't feel like it's enough, so I wouldn't be too worried about this destroying Stone Skin against like tanky champions because you got damage reduction of 85% against Stone Skin, so I wouldn't worry too much. I think there is the two things to worry about when you're using Go Second and Verse in this set is you still would need like really good stats and etc. for this. But there is be two factors. Does it stack with Kraken Roots? Because if Kraken Roots and this stacks together, then you could potentially take this to like 185% damage increase against Stone Skin. It's important to know that it's not ignoring Stone Skin. It's a damage increase against Stone Skin. And also, does this work with Trunda? Like, there is two champions that have like a damage mechanics into their kit with that. So, can you stack the set and then use like a Trunda as well with that? Plus Kraken Roots, like, can all three of them work together and then maybe use a relic as well of some sort? These are the questions that need to be done. I would like to think that this would not work, but maybe like it could also. I don't think it was stacked, but what I can see what it's doing is the set doing one, and then the Trundle doing the other, and then maybe the Blessing Kraken Roots will do the other. This would be really badass on Sigford though. Like this is gonna be like a top tier set for Sigford, without needing Kraken Roots. So it's kind of, but it's hard to put it on Sigford as well because normally Sigford is built in the 4-piece stone skin and a 4-piece stone skin and 4-piece feraled, or sorry, 4-piece feraled and ignore defense as like a bomb counter, and you'll need a 6-piece set just to ignore the defense. So it's kind of an interesting one, like how this will be played. But on a very fast Sigford, it could be usable, and maybe on like anyone that has like a surplus damage, like a like an against a like a Sunwong or Baron could be interesting as well. Type of mechanics. I think this would be great against Stone Skin Nukas though in Go Second teams. Like, so if you're facing Go Second teams and you have got a 9-piece set on, I do think that you'll be able to kill the Nukas with the Stone Skin because they're not so tanky. Like the HP is much considerably lower, which might mean like champions like Taurus, Narcies, they all should be all fine, but like champions like Quintus or Songwong, or if you put him in Stone Skin, will die to this against a fairly decent built Nuka. So it'd be interesting to see. It needs to be tested for sure. I'm going to skip this now. You'll be able to see the stats here. For like a 6-piece set, you're going to get 20% ignore defense, and then you get some speed, etc. as well. I think as a 4-piece set, I think it's only 25% more damage against Stone Skin. So it's kind of interesting. Is it in the Stone Skin meta? I don't think so, but I think you'll need to mix it up. Because like people said that Bolster was gonna die. Bolster doesn't die. There's just the right times to use Bolster, and there is the wrong times of using Bolster. But it's so hard to use Go Second right now. I always try and encourage people to go first if you can, and just try and be smarter. You pick a bands. If you do that in live arena, you're gonna win most of your fights anyway. It doesn't really matter unless you're like super slow, and then fair enough. But as long as you can run 1 or 2 champions over 400 speed, you've all beat, you know, the next people below you with that as well. So I actually have some numbers here on my Discord. Someone's really liked it. This is for the rebirth set. Okay, so the rebirth set, 4-piece set, will give you a 10% turn meter to revive the champion. So that will go to the champion within the kit, which works very similar to the relic that I run on Dutches, which I would think that would work. So you would get the 10 from this, and then you'd get the 10 from the set, which could be quite useful, honestly, with that. And then with the 6-piece set, the block damage goes on a wearer when a ally is dead. So for example, if you kill the Duchess and she's in the 9-piece set, she won't get the block damage on her or anything like that. It won't work like a fatal hit. But what this will do is work, if you like kill Sigford, for example, on my team, then this will put block damage on. It's pretty nice, I won't lie, but with the right champion can ignore block damage. There's plenty of champions can do that, or like steal a buff and then put it on because it's not unresistible, or protected in any way, like in a niece, for example. So it's kind of an interesting one. The question is, with this set, will you be able to see it like Stone Skin and Bolster? And that will be the most important bit, because if you can see it, then you can obviously prioritize killing it and taking it out as that. And then a 9-piece set will also put a cooldown by 1 turn on an ally who is revived. Very strong. I like that at all. I think it's a very strong set. Will it be new meta? I guess it will with the right champions. Do I think that will get overused like Stone Skin? Not really. But it could definitely add some interesting situations to the speed meta with like these relics that have been released in the game, like Aspect, for example, where we got the relics. I don't actually own that relic, so let me go into it. But it could be an interesting one, being ran with like a relic like this, right? We should drop all your turn meter down by like 50%, but then you're gonna get a little bit more from like a stone or something like that. So very solid, solid one. It could be a interesting one. I'm looking forward to seeing it used. So yeah. Mm. Um, personally, personally, they always screwed up. They always screwed up. I will drop how Hades video down in the link, but basically, you can only build champions, pull shards, or do like something like forging or clean your gear, like gear cleanser account or whatever, whilst you're running dungeons in the background. You can't do arena or anything like that. Planning in the future it will be changed. Will that take another year or so? I don't know. What I would like to see is that you can run your Doom Tower. What I would personally would expect is to run Doom Tower, Dragon, Curse City, an arena, like run all them pieces of content in the background as well as on doing arena or doing anything else, and that for me would do pretty useful. Now you could do your backgrounds in the back whilst you're doing dailies. That is going to be one beneficial with some of the dailies anyway, but it's not a massive time saver. So player really need to increase that like really quickly. Even if you could just do arena in the background, it's gonna be massive. Like, so I do this in the background and then do arena. So yeah, for me, like I sometimes struggle at times. I'm just gonna jump straight to siege. The only update they're gonna do is like attack priority. It's okay. Um, like remember this for future siege. No point because strategy should always change. There's so much more that they should be doing. Life quality changes with siege, like allowing deputies and leaders to remove defenses, um, set defenses for certain people. For example, Grim Reaper gets post 2. There you are, Grim, put a defense in, please, and deal with it. Thank you very much. Saves you using stuff like Discord and etc. and using the game where it's actually meant to do. And there's like a lot of bugs as well within the siege mode. We've all got our champions now in SP2 in most of us, and we've got to a point now where we're probably able to tank one, and then maybe like go full out on the other, because like we're getting put up against people that we can't beat, and it's just a whole new level really. So yeah, I think we were facing Rogue this time and faced them like 3 months ago. So it's a case of yeah. Anyway, let's jump on to the relics for live arena. We got nubs here as well. I'll drop nubs video in the description. I'll drop this down in the description, and you also have like how Hades is talking about his version of it. I'll drop that in the description. You guys can go check it out. I'm not gonna like do like a news report on this because it's already 23 minutes. We're just gonna go over the relics quickly and what my personal thought is on them. So we'll start on this one. We have the Dread of Hornet. The wearer decreases 5% more damage using the default skill on all other skills on the A1. It's not super, like, stats are bad. Like, there's no denying that. The stats on the on HP and tag is useful for HP nuker, but there's better relics already in the game, which I feel like are more accessible. We have to understand as well, like, I don't feel like live arena relics are so accessible compared to Chimera like Chimera ones or even event ones, because you kind of need to do something about it, right? So for me, that's kind of a bit of a meh one. Yeah, so on a multi-hitter on a triple A1 like a Catraxia, for example, this could be good. Quintus as well could be fairly good. Nothing too special. Like Gemstone as well, Circle is a bit meh. So for me, let's just extra food to level up, extra relics. I won't be really looking into that. And yeah, it goes up by like 2% or something like that. The wearer has a 20% chance of decreasing a cooldown damage by 10%. Okay, interesting. Again, I think there's already better relics in the game. I think that it's kind of built for like damage dealers, and I think that this is the best rare one. to kind of go in it. I will do like a tier list at some point for these relics, the ones that we can accessible anyway, the ones in clan shop. There's no point in even talk about them because no one can get to it really. So yeah, just more stuff. And then we have this one, whereas deal pure damage equivalent to 20% of the attack to the enemy that resists the debuffs of the wearer. This damage cannot be critical. It's interesting to kind of see how this would work with like bombs, like Nub says in the video. I don't think it'll do really much to bombs. This does go up to 100%, I think, like he says in the video. But I feel like if you're not landing the bombs, then yeah, and you're also missing a circle gemstone as well to increase the bombs or the legendary one by like 10%, or to even ignore the resistance of placing bombs or HP burn as well. So for me, this one's pretty underwhelming. That might work somewhere for some niche occasions. For me, I probably would say if it's good for a niche occasion, maybe just level up one of them. But I think again, like for Nishak, for example, for someone who I do use on a regular basis, I think I would rather just take, well, which one do we have on him right now? I don't know. Yeah, I'd probably just leave this on, right? Because then Holy Grail gives me attack, and you can see I haven't took any higher, but I can still put gemstone on, and yeah, we leave it as that, right? There's not much more to that. So for me, bit of a meh one. And I'll be honest, I think all of these, like I've already watched this video, we've given them a thumbs up. Make sure you give them a thumbs up. It's a nice chap, so you know, go ahead. Anyway, so we'll go to the next one. The wearer will ignore 2% of the target defense for each poison placed on them by his wearer. I think it goes to a 10%. We're going to get critical damage, you're going to get accuracy, and you're going to get attack. Honestly, I do like this one. I think this will be very niche. I don't think it'll be anything special. It kind of be interesting to see what it fits with the gemstone as well. Yeah, I feel like if you do get this, you could use this probably in Hydra, or depending where you're using poisons, right? Maybe Curse City Boss when you're using thingy, for example. Curse City Boss, this could be very useful because some people do use poisons and burns for that. Clan Boss, I guess, could do a little bit in Clan Boss. Maybe Clan Boss has very low defense, so I don't think it'd benefit from too much. But yeah, I think there might be the rare occasion where, like, for example, you've got the mythical who cuts in from the poisons that she places. I think even to be honest with her, I'd rather use Cat Gaze or something maybe. So it's kind of an interesting one, for sure. Other than that, he starts going on about Cat Gaze. And then we could, right, okay. So we have the axe. I'm not going to try and pronounce this. Being dyslexic, never really fun. Single target attacks deals 5% more damage for exposed neck. So single target attacks. So there isn't really like a lot of people who I would want to put this on. I don't think he shows the percentage of this. If I'm being honest, I don't think he shows the percentage of it. It'd be interesting to see the percentage. So, oh, he did show the percentage. So it can be 15%. I'll be honest, like this would be good with like champions like Salad, and 4. The reason why is because they have AoE, especially on their A2, but they hit like they classed as single hits. So the AoE hit but classed as single. And I think that these could be very good in that purpose. But the chances of getting this and then getting the Nephril Hornet or something will still be better, because I think that you're only going to really benefit from extra damage for the disposed necks, and you're going to get the full extra damage throughout the whole run, which is epic. So for me, it's a bit underwhelming. Definitely only Hydra only. And for a legendary, honestly, for a legendary, it's kind of a bit depressing to see that. So yeah, it's niche. It's got some purpose. If you pull it, I think if you're an in-game player, you're not gonna want to pull it. If I'm being honest. So yeah, and then we have this one. We have the wearer's turn meter fills by 5% each time they use a skill that doesn't deal damage. Armad's A3 could be fairly useful. Queen and Cora A2 could be quite useful. By the way, on Armads, I think there is definitely better relics out there. There's no accuracy on this. So it'd be champions like Marishka, Queen and Cora. This could be one of the better relics for that. So it's kind of an interesting one. Some interesting gemstones as well. Like you've got a pentagon here. So one of the pentagon gemstones, which is rare, I think gives you like 25% turn meter. Sorry, let me try to get this up. 25% turn meter with it, if I'm not mistaken. Where's the gemstones? Gemstone, there we are. Gemstones behind my mic. So you could use something like, we could use this one, the resistance, which could be quite useful. Increases a turn meter 5% faster when they are forced to miss their turn. Don't really like this one. It's this one here. The wearer gains 3% turn meter whenever a enemy loses 25% or more turn meter. That could be a fairly nice one. Or the turn meter increases by 3% whenever the wearer fails to place a debuff. Could be again a interesting one for sure. And then on the other two, you've got like two reticle ones, which again I think they do have like some type of increase or here. Every time the wearer heals from a skill increases, so you can stack that. Oh yeah, allies revived by the wearer are additionally healed by 10%, which is fairly okay. And then you can do like this one as well, which is fairly okay, and etc. Again, you can put this one from Marishka as well. But again, like even with champions like Marishka, I think there is better relics out there already. For example, one of Smiths from Marishka is very solid. And you could also use, what's it called? Yeah, this one as well is very strong from Marishka as well. So there's kind of two factors in. It depends on your play style and strat, I guess, or which one you have and which one you don't have. So either way, I like more materials. Then we have the Death Dealer. Attacks all enemies will always be critical hits, and the wearer will receive 200% more damage. I think this is very niche and it's a bit underwhelming for a mythical piece, but this could be fun to put on like a Sigfrid, for example. You could build like a really high resist Sigfrid and then just not worry about damage so much, and then just like while building with some critical damage. But you can also build tanky with like high resistance and then just kind of use this. It could be kind of fun. This needs to be tested to kind of see the impact of it. And yeah, so it's kind of maybe like a Rhodus as well could be useful. But I'm not too sure. It's got good gemstones for relic for Rhodus, but I think there is aspect of the Seraph is still better for Rhodus, so I'm not too sure. This will need to be tested. And also, like with champions like Sigfrid, for example, will this ignore his passive ability? Because I think it would, right? Like reflect damage. I think this is how it'd be working similar to that. So I think that this could be a interesting one as well. And we're nearly done for the video. So yeah, let me go ahead. So this is the one that I looking forward to try and get anyway. Fully resets the cooldowns of the skills wearer whenever they are HP dropped below 15% HP. Cooldown increases by 3, and I think this goes up to 40%, which I think is in this video. Interesting stats as well, good for survivability champions. And it is a big counter to lockout once again. So like Trixia is just seeing like a downfall in her value, and yeah, it seems like it's very RNG, this one, like one is submissive. So like having both of them together could be an interesting one. And you could also say that Hand of Creation is still better, which I do own one, because it also has like a simple chance to reduces the chances of locking me out as well. So kind of an interesting one. It is worth noting. I don't think we can do it, but like with the event ones, we still had a chance to summon like one of these, I think it was. So like even if you collect in all the live arena ones and you don't get anything you really like in live arena, then still having the chances to summon one of these ones is still great. So, you know, like there is an upside to this. Like you can have a higher chance of grabbing this, a higher chance of grabbing this one that's submissive, probably the most broken relic right now in the game, other than the other mythical one is actually bugged. So yeah, like I don't think it's super bad. I will do a tier list at some point with the standards and the Chimera group and the live arena one. I'm not going to do the clan one because we just got no idea when we're going to do level 30. I think there should be a siege one at some point as well. I think they said in the past they're going to add some to siege, so we're kind of curious to see that there. I'd be kind of curious like how many extra summon materials we'll get to have a crack at these. So for me, I'll still be pushing to get them as fast as possible because I want more one submissive. I haven't actually owned this one, so I've got this one. I've got like a couple of cat gays. I don't own this one. I have one submissive, and I have no mythicals whatsoever as well. So yeah, kind of an interesting one, and yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to the new challenge. My downfall as well with the siege is it doesn't look like there's any type of like there doesn't look like there's any type of, what's the word I'm looking for, limited champions, right? So for example, you can't use a fusion champion, or you can't use armads, or you can't use bannerlords, or you can't use tap-based nukers. There's no conditions to the live arena season, and I would have liked to see that to kind of have that, right? So I would like Plarium to kind of consider to take that forward. I think that could definitely spice the playing field out a bit more. The Krakens always have advantage over the non-Krakens because they have better luck to, like you're seeing from the leaderboard, get the relics that they want on a bigger scale and stuff like that. So I don't feel like it would hurt them too much to give up a couple of their mythical toys as well. So kind of let it out, because there is probably some players that are more intelligent, just don't have the tools to do what they want to do against these big spenders, and it is a P versus P aspect of it as well. But you know, it's me, that's how I think about it. I know a lot of people won't agree with that comment, so from my point of view, I would like to see that. Anyway, that is it for today. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe. I've been Grim, Harvesting Souls. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.